We're barely out the harbour when we spot our first porpoises.
200 metres.
Susanna Calderon is the Trust Science Officer.
We know really very little about the wildlife on the west coast of Scotland, and so if you don't know about certain species, then there's no way that you can conserve them. So what we're really doing is collecting baseline habitat data. In the long term, we're really aiming for protection for the species that we are researching, and the goal is really that these species continue to thrive and prosper and increase in years to come.
The Echelon is no ordinary boat. Originally commissioned as a cruising vessel, she was later impounded for smuggling drugs. Very Miami Vice. Then in the 90s, she got a renovation and was used by the BBC to film parts of the Blue Planet. That's when this crow's nest was put up. And if you think the view from down there's pretty cool, you should check it out from up here.
Before long, the waters are heaving once again.
What you're looking at there is the dorsal fin and the tail of a basking shark. In fact, there are 2 basking sharks swimming around the boat right now, which is really exciting. Now, basking sharks can grow up to 10 metres in length, which is pretty big, so hopefully we'll be able to work out how big this one is. It looks pretty big to me. What do you reckon, Susie? How big is that one? Monstrous!
For the next 7 days, the volunteer crew will man the lookout stations, identifying and logging everything they see.
As well as looking for sea life, we're going to be listening for it too. Marine mammals use sound to communicate, navigate and hunt for prey, so it can get pretty noisy under the waves. We're going to be listening in with this hydrophone. It may not look like much, but encased within the black plastic are a series of underwater microphones. All we have to do now is deploy it. All right, Susie, how does this work?
Right, if you just pass me that, I'm just going to feed it over the side, and it just trails behind the boat as we move along.
To help me tune my ear, Susie plays me a dolphin recording.
Do different individuals have a different sort of call sign?
Yeah, with dolphins they have these things called signature whistles, which are essentially name tags, if you like. So it's essentially Jimmy, 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 Jimmy! So good. That's my dolphin impression.
OK, time to get back on lookout.
Eat your heart out, Kate Winslet!
The sightings are coming thick and fast, and then something really special.
Oh my goodness!
A pod of common dolphins decides to ride our bow wave,
Oh my goodness me!
including 2 calves just weeks old.
Oh, this is just fantastic!
This time of year, it's, you know, you'd expect to be seeing a few calves in a group, but they were, well, one of them particularly was tiny. They basically swim in this what's called the Echelon position, and they ride their mother's subsurface wave so that they save energy.
Yeah, we've got a basking shark at 0 degrees up ahead.
Well, Arisaig draws ever closer, and sadly that's where the cameraman and I disembark. But what a day it's been. I've lost count of the number of basking sharks and porpoises we've seen, and as for those dolphins, well, that's an experience I'll never forget. Oh, he's jumping! Oh, wow!